This is my first day of archery hunting in the 2021-2022 season. I don't have my seatbelt on. So it is my first night out. The season started on Saturday and I already got a buck, but I haven't been out yet. So real quick, before I get to my stand, let me show you guys the story of what happened Saturday morning. That's not how you expect that to happen now, is it? All right, so I was leaving work this morning. By the way, I work right here. Buck, who was bedded down, thinking that he just was bedded for the morning. All of a sudden, as I'm taking pictures, he hobbles up a little bit. So I realized he was hit by a car. One of the police officers drive by. I recognized the officer. I flagged him down, told him what was up. We went up, dispatched the deer, and got him for dinner. I should stop by work and tell these guys the story, because how weird is this? And since I'm right here, right? We'll just stop in and say hello real quick. That's what happens when you hunt in the suburbs. There's a cornfield behind me. Take it over here. Road up there. So real quickly, I want to go over the camera setup that I'll be using, at least for the beginning of the year here. This is just my phone, a Pixel 4a that is mounted on a fluid head on a 4th arrow tree arm that I will be doing a review on shortly. I also have in the tree with me my GoPro Hero 7 here that's giving me a little bit of trouble. That I use on all of my fishing videos. So guys, this setup is not real expensive, so please go out and start filming your own hunts too. I would love to see those videos, and if you guys use any different equipment, please comment down below, because I would love to know what I should be buying next. Well, that would have been my first perfectly filmed bow kill, if it was perfectly filmed. My limb got in the camera shot as I drew back, so it threw off the autofocus, and I think when I shot, my limb actually hit something, either the camera or the tree arm, and threw off the camera a little bit too. Didn't get the shot on camera. I think I was back a hair. So I'm gonna give this deer a little bit of time, and then we'll go find it. Still a great night. Alright, so get out of the tree. I lost my quiver sometime, like getting it out of my car, so literally carried 2 arrows. Alright, let's go find that doe. Oh man. So, did not make the best shot, but I found the deer. I did not find any blood at all. I was literally just stalking these rows of corn, looking around, maybe 15 minutes, stumbled upon her, and she's not too far from the road. Grab my bag. try not to mess up this farmer's corn. All right. Hey. As you guys can tell, not the greatest shot and not the biggest deer. I knew she wasn't huge, but all right, let's get her cleaned out. Road's right here. We'll leave these entrails in here for the foxes to take care of. We get her cooled down and butchered up. First deer of the year. Got my bow. All right, got my bow. I did not bring my rack for the back of my car, so I'm gonna leave her alongside the road here, run home and grab that, and grab some ice, grab her, get her all skinned out tonight, leave her hanging to cool. All right, good night. So thankful for this deer. All right, still got work to do. New plan. I think I can just pick her up and throw her in the back of the car, and I'll put down I have a trash bag back there. She's maybe 70 pounds, so that's a new plan. My rice cooker. Brought that to work and never used it. Perfect. Now, try to do it without dying. Dangerous. Yeah, not that big. I just gotta shut off this camera so I don't have to edit all this out. Literally just pulled over alongside the road. All right, let's go get some ice. So full disclosure, this isn't actually that deer. This is a deer I shot a few days later and was just a little bit bigger and thought it would show the process a little bit better here. This is only the second deer that I have ever processed and the third deer I've ever skinned. So this is all relatively new to me, but as you can see, it is not impossible. So once I get this hide off, I am going to bring her inside once I have her quartered out, and then we'll start making our cuts for jerky, and we'll save the rest for some grindings for ground venison and also for some bologna that I'll have in another video. So stick around. We have just a little more work to do before we can get this jerky marinating. I was just checking myself in the mirror. I want to make sure I have my face. All right. So as you can see, we're back in the house here. Have the quarters all ready to go. Going to cut up stuff for jerky, and then we're gonna make a big old grind pile for bologna and all of that funness. So as you can see, you get little hairs on the meat there. So they say to burn them off with a torch. So we'll see how that works. Isn't this gonna smell or taste like burnt hair? I'm definitely gonna give this a try, and I'll let you guys know if it tastes terrible. All right, after I was done burning the hair off the meat there, what I did was I went ahead and cut this meat across the grain, just shy of a 1/4 inch thick. I've always done much thinner pieces and they've always dried out, so making your cuts a little bit thicker will definitely make them a little more moist in the end. All right, everything's cut up and I have to hurry up because I have to get to work soon and I still have to flesh out the skin of this deer. So, one I'm gonna do dry, and one I'm going to add teriyaki and Worcestershire to. A little bit of curing salt, I might add a little bit of MSG, and then my favorite rub. Here I'm going to do the exact same, but add a 1/2 cup of that and a 1/2 cup of that, and we're gonna see what the difference is. All right, let's get to work because I have other work to do. So once all those ingredients were thoroughly mixed, I went ahead and covered both dishes, put them in the refrigerator overnight, and got up early the next morning to put them on the smoker. All right, so I'm not a fan of this night shift thing, guys. I just got up and it's about 11 o'clock, so I had to get moving on these. I have the dry rub jerky laid out already. I'm gonna put the wet marinade jerky down here. We're gonna use this internal temperature monitor to make sure that we get up to the proper temperature for this jerky and get these guys smoking before work today. As you can tell, yeah, I don't have pants on, by the way. Ta-da! Look, we're all finished, and I still don't have pants on. Okay, let's get them on the smoker. Well, in like 20 minutes. I said noon, so. I'm gonna go back and watch the rest of Ted Lasso, and then I'll be back. I forgot to do the taste test. Hold on, one very important thing that's needed for this beef jerky. Teeth pickers. This stuff gets stuck in your teeth. The dry marinade is okay. It is, actually that bite is one of the better bites I've had. The spice I love there is great on burgers and ribs and all that stuff. It might not make the best jerky rub, Hold on, let me cleanse my palate. Did I get that wet? Cue instant replay. Did I get this wet? Well, anyway, this, I didn't want that big of a bite. The wet marinade is definitely better. It is definitely wetter, and I think it gives it a little extra flavor. I really just shouldn't have actually bit these on camera so that. So as far as the jerkies go, my favorite is definitely the wet marinade over the dry rub. It's not perfect though, so we may definitely try some other recipes later this season, so stay tuned for that, which I'm very excited for. You know, this was a really weird start to the beginning of the season, and thank you guys so much for sticking in there for my first hunting video that I've made in years. Again, we're going to call this the Second Class Sportsman, and there will be a article and a whole bunch of stories that come out based around that, so please stay tuned for that. Guys, until next time, I'll see you on the next video.